If you're here because something in you just split open and the light is too bright to ignore, you're in the right place. Maybe you had that unmistakable click over the weekend. Maybe you stood in the bathroom with the fan on so no one would hear you breathe and said, "I don't think I can live like this much longer." I hear the fear in that sentence. I also hear the beginning of your life. You might be married. You might be tall. You might look in the mirror and not see the softness you hope for. You might be wrestling with two kinds of regret. Regret if you leap, regret if you don't. That double bind can freeze even the bravest heart. So take a breath with me. You are not reckless for wanting your own life. You are not selfish for wanting to feel like yourself. You are right on time for the truth. Why does this moment matter so much? Because most of us were taught to survive our lives, not to inhabit them. We learned to perform a version of safety that cost us the actual feeling of safety. The longer you try to outthink your body, the more it whispers. Then it stops whispering. That's the crack you're feeling now. It isn't a collapse, it's a door. In a minute, I'm going to guide you through a 2-minute reset you can do anywhere to calm the panic so you can hear your own voice. Near the end, I'll give you the one-sentence reply for people who say, "What if you regret it?" Hold those 2 promises in your pocket while we talk. Let's name the fear out loud so it doesn't grow teeth in the dark. Divorce is a real risk for some. Friendship circles change, work can wobble, family might not come with you. Those losses are not imaginary. But there is another loss that's quieter and meaner, and that's the slow loss of yourself. Many of us tried to trade authenticity for approval and discovered there's no exchange rate that makes that deal fair. Here's a calmer frame to hold your decision. You don't have to do everything at once. You do not have to choose between total silence and total upheaval this month. Think of yourself like a dimmer switch, not an on-off button. Your job is to find the next truest notch. Sometimes the next notch is what I call the listen-only phase. You keep seeing your therapist. You journal without editing. You spend 30 days noticing what brings you even a teaspoon of gender euphoria and what drags you under. You don't owe anyone announcements while you learn your own weather. Sometimes the next notch is low exposure beginnings. You soften your grooming quietly. You practice voice for 5 minutes in the car. You try clothing at home that lets your nervous system exhale. You let your body have one corner of your day that belongs only to her. Stealth viewers, you can do this with headphones, a locked notes app, and lights low. Safety first always. Sometimes the next notch is a medical step. For many, that looks like a consult for HRT. You and a qualified provider have an informed consent conversation, and you start at a pace that respects your life. Some folks prefer steady methods like patches or gels. Some do well with pills. Some like injections and time them with support. Your body, your choice, your timeline. If you try HRT and decide it isn't your path right now, that is still self-knowledge. You didn't fail. You learned your yes and your not yet. Let's talk about relationships, because loving people complicates simple math. If you're partnered, I want to give you a small script that protects your dignity while inviting collaboration. It sounds like this. I'm not asking permission to exist. I'm asking for your help as I become honest. I'll repeat that once more, slowly, so you can borrow it later. I'm not asking permission to exist. I'm asking for your help as I become honest. When you share, speak from the body and the calendar. My chest feels tight when I hide. I've been trying to make this work for years. I need to explore this with care. Name what you can promise. I will keep showing up to our responsibilities. I will communicate. I will go to counseling with you. And also name what you cannot promise. I cannot promise to stay the same. That sentence is terrifying and kind because it gives your partner real information. If you're facing the possibility of divorce, there is grief there, and there is also the possibility of a different kind of peace. Make a practical list that steadies you. A friend you can text on court days, copies of important documents, a counselor who sees you every 2 weeks, a budget that belongs to you. You are allowed to prepare for impact without apologizing for being alive. Now, let's touch the fear about height and looks. Being tall is not a disqualifier for womanhood. It is a detail. The camera angle, the clothes, the posture, the way you enter a room. These shape perception as much as height. Think presence, not passing. Presence is the feeling people get when they are near you. It's the softness in your shoulders, the way you pause before you answer, the way your eyes meet theirs and then rest. Tall women exist in every city on earth. Your bones are not a mistake. They are a blueprint you'll learn to decorate. You can train presence with tiny dials. Think of your spine stacking up like blocks, pelvis under ribs, ribs under chin. Imagine your collarbones quietly widening as you breathe. Walk with your weight rolling through the big toe and then the ball of the foot. Let your hands lead from the wrist instead of the knuckles. None of this is required to be a woman, but for many of us, it feels like home. I promised you a reset. If your heart is pounding right now, pause and try it with me. Place your hands on your rib cage, even under a hoodie. No one will notice. Breathe in through your nose until you feel your hands widen under your fingers. Exhale through your mouth a little longer than you inhaled. Do that again. Soften your jaw so your teeth aren't touching. Let your shoulders drop like you're putting grocery bags down. On the next exhale, name one sensation without telling a story. Tight throat, warm chest, heavy belly. One more slow breath. You just told your nervous system, I am here and I'm safe enough to feel this. If you practice that once a day for a week, the edges often soften. Emotions are meant to move. Your breath gives them a door. Let's build you a short plan you can live inside for the next 30 days. First, the mood note. Every night, 1 or 2 lines. Energy, anxiety, joy, dysphoria, 0 to 5. You're not grading yourself. You're building a map. Patterns beat panic. Second, 10 minutes of movement without performance. Walk around the block and let your eyes look far into the distance. Distance settles the mind. If the mirror feels cruel, turn the lights low and stretch on the floor. Bodies that move a little every day process big feelings more easily. Third, one supportive touch point daily, a group where you don't have to explain the basics. The comments here, a trans-only space, like transgenderzone.com if you want a circle that already understands your language. Arrive quietly if that's what feels safe. Lurking is still belonging. Fourth, a simple decision exercise I love. Imagine 3 future selves. The you who stays exactly the same for another year. The you who tries HRT in a careful, monitored way for 3 months. The you who says, no medical steps yet, but I'll build my social and emotional transition. Now, ask all 3 futures the same question. Which one would 80-year-old me thank? Listen to the answer that settles your stomach, not the one that wins the argument in your head. Your body knows the difference between relief and performance. Here's your midway rehook to keep you with me. Near the end, I'm going to give you a 1-sentence response for skeptics that you can memorize and use word for word. We're almost there. Before that, a word about regret. Every adult decision contains some grief. The goal isn't to eliminate grief, it's to choose the grief you can live with. For many of us, the grief of living as a costume was heavier than the grief of change. If you discover later that you need to adjust your path, that isn't failure, it's responsiveness. You are allowed to course correct while staying loyal to yourself. If your therapist is part of your life already, fantastic. If not, look for someone with real experience in gender-affirming care. You're not a puzzle to be solved, you're a person to be accompanied. If your mood sinks and stays there, if panic won't let up, if sleep collapses, if thoughts of harming yourself appear, that's your sign to loop in professional support immediately. Crisis lines exist for a reason. You are not a burden for using them. Now, that 1-sentence reply for the "what if you regret it" chorus, it goes like this. The bigger regret is abandoning myself. I'm choosing to live truthfully and adjust with care. Pause and say it with me once more, slower. The bigger regret is abandoning myself. I'm choosing to live truthfully and adjust with care. Write it down. Put it in your notes app under groceries if you need to hide it. You can say that to a partner, to a parent, or quietly to your own reflection on a hard morning. I want to speak directly to the woman who is 33 and terrified. You're not late. You're not too tall. You're not asking for the moon. You're asking for an ordinary human birthright, to feel like yourself in your own life. The fear you feel is not proof that you're wrong. It's proof that you're near something important. People will offer you their opinions. They take what steadies you and put the rest back on their porch. You are allowed to disappoint others rather than abandon yourself. You're allowed to take small steps and then rest. You're allowed to tell the truth, even if your voice shakes. You are allowed to begin again at 33, at 48, at 61. Beginning again is not failure, it's craftsmanship. Here's a small picture to carry into tomorrow. Imagine you've been living in a house where the windows were painted shut. You learned to breathe in stale air and call it normal. Transition isn't burning down the house, it's opening the windows. At first, the light hurts. Dust dances where you can finally see it. The room looks different than you imagined. And then there's that breeze on your cheek, and you realize you were supposed to feel this all along. If you needed someone to say, "It's okay to make the appointment," consider this your permission slip. If you needed someone to say, "It's okay to take one more month to gather yourself," consider this your permission slip too. The right next step is the one you can take without betraying yourself. Tell me in the comments where you are on the dimmer switch. Listen only phase, low exposure beginnings, medical step. Tell me one thing that gave you a teaspoon of euphoria this week and one thing that made you feel small so we can hold it with you. If you want a trans-owned, trans-only space beyond YouTube, transgenderzone.com is there when you're ready. You can arrive quietly. You still belong. I'm proud of you for breathing on purpose today, for listening past the noise, for letting the crack be a door. Make tea. Put your hand on your ribcage. Whisper your name like a blessing. You don't have to earn your softness. It is already yours. I'll meet you in the comments.